What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Jazz and the second episode of our Disney walkthrough series. We just got finished with the Magic Kingdom and now we've headed to Hollywood Studios. This is probably my personal favorite park just because of all the Star Wars stuff that's recently been added, and I don't know, I really just like the time period of where everything's set. It's just really cool because I am a really big movie buff, and you got a good variety here for older guests. So that was the bag check area that we just walked through, and that's where the buses will be letting you out at. They'll be letting you out over there, past those. If you're staying on property, they'll be letting you pass those metal detectors right there. Here we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios, the main entrance. We're going to be heading under the sign. If you need to buy tickets ahead of time, if you haven't bought tickets ahead of time, you can buy them right here. So here we are. We're going to scan our Magic Band real quick. And here we are at the main area. The Main Street USA of Hollywood Studios, if you will. It's actually called Hollywood Boulevard. It's actually what the name of this is. So this is the main area, and so unlike most parks, the other three parks, you're not going to want to hit the first thing you see. But here you actually are going to want to hit the first thing you see, because that is going to be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at the Chinese Theater, and that's the first attraction you'll come to, the main icon of the park. This used to be the Great Movie Ride, and the line was averaged 30 to 45 minutes, not a bad wait at all. But since they've updated it to this ride, it is quite a long wait. So you're going to want to make sure to hit this. And if you don't get to be the first ones on the ride, I wouldn't be very sad about that, because once you get in that building, there's no service on your phone. And right now I probably sound like a huge brat, like, oh my gosh, I lost service and I can't believe that, but that's not the reason. If you're backed out here where the line will be wrapped around, you'll be able to have service, and you can get the boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. That is the only way you can get on that ride, is if you have a boarding pass, and you're going to want to have service to get that, or you're not going to be getting on it. So if you're not the first ones, you'll be backed out here, but you'll be able to get that boarding pass while you're in line, which is a really, really cool thing. So once you've hit this, you're going to want to hit, come down this ramp right here, and you're going to want to head towards Disney Junior Live on Stage and Star Wars Launch Bay and the Voyage of the Little Mermaid. That's what this area is right here. So Disney Junior, Launch Bay, and Little Mermaid. You just gonna want to look at your show times and make sure you don't miss any of those shows. If you have younger kids, Disney Junior Live on Stage is a great interactive show for them. Here we have One Man's Dream, and it's a walkthrough of Walt Disney's life and his vision for Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Disney World, anything like that. And then normally there's a preview of shows or movies that Disney is working on at the time at the very end of the theater. So this is a good thing to hit if you're hot and you need a break from the sun. Well, we are making our way towards Toy Story Land, one of the newest lands at Disney World, and this is probably one of the most crowded areas of the park. There's Woody and the Toy Story Land sign. So, yep, Toy Story Land, that's where we're at right now. The barbecue restaurant that they're working on is going to be right here down this walkway, but it's not open yet, and I'm not sure when it's going to be open. I think 2022, either early 2022 or late 2021, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So here's one of Andy's footprints. Make sure to look for all the details while you're in Toy Story Land, because you will miss something if you don't. So the first thing I would run to is, here's Toy Story Mania. And that line used to be really, really long, but now averages about 35 to 40 minutes, maybe an hour, just because across the way is Slinky Dog Dash. So you're going to want to hit Slinky Dog Dash first, and it's around the corner right here to the right. So we're going to head down this way. We're going to take a right turn. There's Alien Swirling Saucers, and you're going to want to head past Aliens Flying Saucers up this walkway to the entrance of the Slinky Dog Dash. Right there's where you get on. So go ahead and hit that. Then I would come out and go back to Toy Story Mania where we were. And then I would actually come back and hit Aliens Run Saucers later. And if you have younger kids, this is where I would run to first. But if you don't have younger kids, I would run to Galaxy's Edge first, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan. So on this map, they don't actually have Galaxy's Edge finished yet on the MC Park server because it's extremely immersive and has a lot of detail, and so they're still working on that. So we won't actually get to check that out today. But I will show you, I'll kind of talk through where everything is while we get to our next spot. So Rise of the Resistance, you have to have a boarding pass to get on, so you can't run to that first thing and just get in line. So you're going to want to make sure to have that boarding pass. It goes, trying to think, it goes right when the park opens. They release boarding passes and you can get your group, and then at 1 o'clock I believe is when it opens again. So make sure to get your boarding pass or you won't be riding that ride. The other ride down there is Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and I'm trying to think where I'm at. Oh yeah, we are at the exit of Toy Story Mania right now. But Smuggler's Run is also the other ride, and that can get pretty lengthy too. So that's pretty much everything in the back of the park. So we're going to head back up to the front and go down Sunset Boulevard, where two awesome shows, and where two of the main thrill attractions in all of Disney World are. So if you are a thrill seeker, this is probably the park for you. This and Animal Kingdom are probably the park for you, because Everest is at Animal Kingdom. That's a really big roller coaster, and then Rock and Roller Coaster is here at Hollywood Studios. Now, normally on this map, while I would play this server, you can teleport from one thing to another, and I wish you could teleport in real life because that would be really convenient. But unfortunately, you cannot. So you got to walk down back Hollywood Boulevard to get to Sunset Boulevard. Now, a little shortcut is right here past the Derby restaurant. Derby restaurant's right here on the left. And you'll be going around it, and here you are at Sunset Boulevard coming in the back way. So that's where the main street is. Then here you are. And down here on the left is Rock and Roller Coaster, and if you head straight and to the right, you'll get to Hollywood Tower of Terror. The Hollywood Tower Hotel, which is where the attraction Tower of Terror is. So this is honestly probably one of my favorite areas of the park. It just gives a good vibe. The music's really good, and then you can just chill right here and get some snacks. And then these two great attractions. So right here is actually one of the good shows down here, which is Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage. It's a condensed version of the movie, and if you're familiar with Beauty and the Beast, you're definitely going to like it. So it's probably a 25-30 minute show. So here we are at Rock and Roller Coaster. You'll head under this car, and you'll just come around the corner right here. You see it's starring Aerosmith. Past the guitar, and then there's the entrance right there where my cursor is. So for the sake of time, we won't walk all the way down there, and we'll head to Tower of Terror. Little tip about Tower of Terror: if you see on any of the signs at the park or on the app that it's a 13-minute wait, like it says right here, that means it's a walk-on. And if you don't really know what a walk-on is, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a walk-on ride. You just get, you don't stop moving until you get onto the attraction. So here's the entrance for Tower of Terror, and the gift shop is down that way. So, trying to think, we need to head to the other side of the park. So I am going to teleport right now. You would just head down the street, and you would get back to where you were at the beginning of the video, which is that main area. So I'm going to teleport to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is... let's see, Slinky Dog. Actually, I don't know if I can. So we're actually just going to keep walking. That was a waste of time. That's my bad. So we'll just head on down here to the main area of the park. So on the other side of the park is mainly shows. You have Muppet Vision 3D, Indiana Jones, Epic Stunt Show, Spectacular, Frozen, For the First Time in Forever, Sing Along Celebration, and you have some dining areas. You have one of my favorite restaurants, Sci-Fi. You have 50s Prime Time. Trying to think of other places. Mama Melrose. I think that's all the sit downs that way. I'm not exactly. You have Hollywood Dine and Vine right here on my left, across from the boat. This is where you can get ice cream if you want some ice cream, soft served. And here we are. That's a shortcut right around the boat. This is where you would be going if you didn't take the shortcut. You would come right down the street and take a left turn. You would be right here at Frozen, For the First Time in Forever, Sing Along Celebration. So make sure to hit that show, even though if you don't like Frozen, it's really funny because it's interactive, and if you can get past Let It Go, you're going to enjoy the show. Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Show Spectacular is right up here on the right. Come up this ramp, and there's the entrance right there. Then across from it is a Mickey's, it's called Mickey Shorts Theater because all the seats are decorated as Mickey Shorts, and it's also Mickey Short cartoons in there. And just make sure you check your show times on your guide or the app so you don't miss any of these shows. Here we have a counter service, which is the Backlot Express, and it has chicken nuggets, burgers, and normal stuff like that. And then here's a restroom on the right. Now after you head past those things towards Muppet Vision 3D, this is one of the rides on this side, which is Star Tours. And it is the oldest Star Wars attraction at Hollywood Studios. It's not with Galaxy's Edge. It's kind of its own thing, and it's a simulator. And the ride's actually never the same because the script or you get a different chance of getting a different video every time on your flight. So you come down past it, where the old Streets of America used to be on this side. Come down past and take a left turn, and you are at the Muppet Courtyard, where Pizza Rizzo is. Mama Melrose is down there, and then Muppet Vision 3D is right here. And that's just a 3D show, about 15 minutes. And here's the other entrance to Galaxy's Edge that would be open in real life, but they're working on it right here. So you would head through there and to Galaxy's Edge, and it would wrap back around to Toy Story Land. Let me head back here, and I'll show you one more thing. So this is the this is like a not a quick service. It's a sit down, but it's like more like a bar. I forgot what the name of it is exactly, but it's on the other side of Sci-Fi. So here we have Sci-Fi, one of the coolest restaurants, the most themed restaurants on property. I'll see if I can get back here to it. And just kind of show you all. It's like you've been teleported to a drive-in of the 50s, and you'll be dining in a car, and there's a big screen with all kinds of cartoons and stuff playing while you're eating. So that is Sci-Fi, and that's pretty much the whole park. There's one more counter service that's called ABC Commissary that is right here on this walkway to the left, because we find ourselves walking down this walkway quite often. Sometimes we'll be hitting that restaurant because it's just a convenient place to go. Now let's head back to the entrance of the park and we'll wrap it up. Coming up the stairs, everything, if you're ever lost in Disney, you can always pretty much, well, one, use the map, or you can always find your way back to the hub of the park, because everything kind of wraps itself around that. So if you're ever in doubt of where you're at, just go back to the middle and start over. So here we are at the entrance of the park at the Chinese Theater. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of Hollywood Studios. Make sure to look for the other ones we're going to be coming out with Epcot and Animal Kingdom. And make sure to check out the last one we put out, which was the Magic Kingdom. Like I said, hope you enjoyed this video and have a zippity-doo-dah day.